Okay, so I wanted to add this in. This is a little bit of help for ways that you can start getting your ideas out. So I wanted to share this with you guys. I'm going to share my screen and just go over this with you. So I know that challenge, and when you have ideas flowing and you're like, oh my God, I have so many, I don't know where to put them, I don't know what to do with them. Um, these are some ideas for you to help you organize and really get everything out in one place so that you can start to not only get your ideas flowing and get them out, but to help to organize them. Okay, so one of the things I do is use the notes in my phone. I have so many notes in my phone, but I really love that because my phone is always with me. And so I find that, if I get an idea and I'm out, like out and about, say I'm at a coffee shop or something like that, it's very easy to grab your phone, take the notes in your phone and just start typing. Definitely put like a title that's easy for you to find, so it could be a course idea or something like that, or all the things they need to know for the course, something so that it's very easy for you to find later. So once you've done that, then you can send the notes to yourself. This is what I do. I will copy and paste them and send them to myself in an email. And then I get on my computer, my laptop, and I find that email, grab those notes, and put them into a Google Doc. I love Google Doc over Word because with Google Docs, you can access it on your phone too. So you can use that instead of notes if you like. But it's shareable also. So let's say you're working with somebody, you could easily share a Google Doc with them. Okay. Word is great also. So a lot of people love Word and use it, but I find Google Docs just to be so much easier to use. And you want whatever you use to be something where you can start rearranging your ideas. Because what you're going to start doing, we're getting into in this video, is outlining. And you've already brain dumped all of the things that people need to know for this transformation. Now, what we want to do is start arranging them in order. Okay, so you want to take your ideas, all the bullet points that you have in your Google Doc, and you want to start rearranging them into, okay, they would need to know this first, this second, this third, this fourth, right? And it's nice if it's in something like that, as opposed to a paper and pen. Although I have to say, for a lot of my clients, this is another area where they tend to get kind of stuck, with their ideas. And sometimes when you're on a computer or you're sitting with your phone, it's like a blank white space. It's like, staring at them like a blinking cursor is just going, and they're like, I don't know, I don't have any ideas. Nothing's flowing. So oftentimes I will tell people take a paper and pen with you and go do something fun and sit in that kind of like fun energy in that fun place and then start listing the things that come to you. And a lot of times that's when people say the best ideas start flowing, with them. And you can take that paper with you, fold it up, put it in your pocket or your purse or whatever, bring it with you. And as you get more ideas, just add, to your list. The other thing that I have done in the past, especially when it comes to writing an ebook or something like that, is I voice record myself. So, most phones have a voice recorder in them, and you can record yourself thinking about the steps or talking through the steps, just as if you were helping somebody, guiding them through how to do something. so you want to, again, think about even the smallest details, when you're going into what were the things that they need to know. Really get into kind of the tiniest of details that you might not think are important, but I can guarantee you they're going to be very important to someone who has no clue, right? That has never done this. The other idea that people use is sticky notes. I used to use sticky notes. I don't use them so much anymore because I find that if I do start using them, they're everywhere. But I do love them if I have a project, like one project I'm working on, and I do need to take each idea and organize the sticky notes. They're really great for that. So you could, once you have all these bullet pointed ideas written out or in your Google Doc, let's say you need to organize them, go ahead and write each one on a sticky note. And then you can take the sticky notes and on a table or on the floor, you could start pasting them into an order for yourself. So this is where we start getting into outlining. And outlining to me is like, it's really the full on, it's the building of this thing. It's the building of your course. It's when you start to really take your ideas that you've brainstormed and organize them into your course. This is kind of like, to me, it's really fun because it's when your course starts to take life, and take shape. So once you've thought through all of these bullet points, all of these things that they need to know, now start organizing it and put it in an outline form if you can. Okay. And when I tell people to do an outline, generally what I will say to them is I want you to have like three, at least three kind of bigger steps or three things. Like, this is where you start, this is where you kind of start going, and then this is kind of how you start to wrap it up or finish. Okay. And I want you to, under each of those three main headings, have a couple of subtopics, things that they need to do, like 3 to 5 things under 1, 2, and 3. So under heading 1, I want you to start listing 3 to 5 steps, 3 to 5 things that they need to do in that one heading. Step 2, list again 3 to 5 steps that they need to do under that heading. And for the third one, have again 3 to 5 steps, that they need to do under that heading. This is really where things start to take shape. Okay, so like, for example, let's say with the weight loss course, as our example, maybe to start out, heading 1 is all about habits and mindset. Maybe that is the thing that for you and your transformation, it was like the hardest thing, that you had to learn. And so under that heading of mindset, what were 3 to 5 things that you did to transform, from like having that mindset of I'm always busy to now I'm starting to create some space in my day, like what did that look like for you to have to go from like your mind is like, I'm always busy, to now in your mind saying, no, I have space for this and it's important to me. And then you're going to start to get again, like more ideas flowing from that. Okay. Then let's say your second topic was all about like the actual physical things that you started to need to change, for yourself. Like maybe it was you did need to start working out at least this many times in the week. Maybe it was this much time, each time you worked out. Again, giving them your main things, the main changes and transformations that you had to take. And that's under the second topic. Third one could be maybe about your food, right? And the things that you had to change with that, and then do 3 to 5 things under that topic, okay? As you can see, it starts to form, it starts to take shape. And this is really where your course starts to kind of take life. And this is the fun part of it. You will see that just from doing that outline, your brain is going to start going into kind of that helpful mode where you become the guide, and your ideas are going to start flowing much easier once you start getting this outline done. Okay? So I'm so excited for you. This is really the fun part. This is the part where you start to get into more of the details. So take some time and go outline your course, and then come back when you're all done.